We often think of old civilizations as different from our own, but today's world and the old world are more similar than some may think. From some of the first groups of people, we have cataloged their ideas and inventions. Some of the first ideas from modern civilizations came from Mesopotamians, who were known for their craftsmanship. The Mesopotamians were considered the cradle of civilization because they helped develop the concept of urbanization. They invented the world's first written language, sewer system, and religious public buildings that still stand today. The wheel, one of the most important and first Mesopotamian inventions, was used to irrigate water from the Euphrates and Tigris rivers into their towns, or was sometimes tied to a domesticated animal who helped turn it. Just as it helped them do these things, it was also a transformative aspect in allowing them to move themselves, as well as water. The wheel was one of the first Mesopotamian inventions that allowed the civilization to be the first ones to use agriculture to their advantage, using it to help build their civilization financially. Because they could more easily farm, they were able to use wheat, one of their most important crops, as a part of their monetary system. Just as they irrigated their crops, they began to irrigate their towns, building intricate sewer systems to carry away waste. Many Mesopotamian plumbers mixed finely chopped straw with clay to create pipelines that would carry away waste. The lines were connected to a main sewer, which was connected to nearby rivers. Many of these rivers were near streets. This provided access to the houses and gave a way to dispose of waste. Since the sewage lines could be attached to the houses, especially the homes of wealthier people, these lines, while made with straw and clay, were also held together with bitumen, a tar-like substance crucial to holding together many Mesopotamian buildings. Some of the most crucial Mesopotamian buildings, which still stand today, used bitumen to hold them together. Ziggurats were one of these types of buildings. Stepped structures made with kiln-dried mud brick. Ziggurats were usually topped with temples. These temples and ziggurats contained both political and religious power. The monumentality of these structures not only served as a statement for the priests, administrators, and kings that were allowed in them, but also served as a way to show other cities their architectural abilities. These structures were monumental as well as extremely labor-intensive. This Sumerian invention paved the way for later civilizations' political and religious structures. The Sumerians were also the ones to invent the first form of writing. This writing form began as a system of pictograms, used to be a reminder for the word they were indicative of. But sometime later, as the number of characters in use became smaller and smaller, the pictograms became more abstract. These pictograms were often used by scribes to catalog things, such as official documents, or who was paid what for working on a project. Gradually over time, cuneiform started to die out as other languages started to come about. Cuneiform was then replaced by Phoenician alphabet. By the 2nd century AD, cuneiform had completely disappeared from Mesopotamia, its last traces being found in Assyria and Babylonia. Archaeologists were unable to ever read cuneiform up until the 19th century, and some words' meanings are still lost to them today. Over time, humans have felt the need to invent things to make their lives easier and more efficient. We now live in a world where things are fast-paced and can track the beginning of technological advances that allowed us to do so back in the first civilization. While many before them were able to make languages and simple tools, we look back to Mesopotamia to locate the beginnings of today's societies as we know them.